Godwin, registered dietitian and health coach with HealthTeam Advantage. And I'm here with Chef Rocky Cordova again. We're down at the Creative Aging Network Kitchen. And today we're going to talk about how to easily incorporate some anti-inflammatory foods into your diet. And they're quick and easy that you can add into any meal. And I think, Chef, you're going to be talking about what type of food today?
Turkey tacos and the accoutrement that goes with it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I'm going to step out of the way here and let you kind of get your prep work going and see what we're going to do today.
Okay. So one thing I did want to say is safety issues is it doesn't really matter what kind of knife you have as long as it's very, very sharp. A dull knife is dangerous because when you cut, you can push hard into it, and a nice and sharp blade, all you do is just ease through it, And this is really the only prep I have for this dish. It's not a complicated dish. It takes about 10 minutes. And the fun thing about turkey tacos is you can add anything you want, subtract anything you want, make it hot as you want.
I like that because, again, seasonings really add to the flavor, and you can use all kinds of seasonings. So when you add these foods into your diet, you can use any type of lettuce, you can use any type of tomatoes. What are some other things that you like to throw in there?
Sometimes I like to make it a little heat, so I'll throw some extra cayenne pepper in there. Sometimes I like to make it a little acidy, so I put some tagine in there, which is just a concentrated citrus like lime, and a little bit of different spices like cumin and a little bit of salt in there. So that's a different option, but
now garlic and turmeric are two other anti-inflammatory seasonings and spices. Do you think they would also work well in there?
Yes, we actually have garlic in this. I prefer to use fresh garlic, but it is kind of it burns quick, so I tend to use just the powder. And
that's a good tip.
Yeah, and a lot of times, a lot of people are worried about how much prep they have to do for a dish, and this is literally, besides opening up the lettuce and the cheese, this is just about the only prep there is.
Perfect. I like that, especially on a busy night. If you have family events or anything like that you need to go to quickly, this is something that you can still make at home versus going through fast food. This is fast food, but it's fast food at home.
It's fast food at home, and I'll tell you what, this is going to be better than anything you can order in or go out to dinner.
Absolutely. I love that.
Because you can make it your own.
Okay. These are my turkey tacos, and this turkey, I recommend Jenny O over all other turkeys. I just think it's more consistent and it tastes very, very good to me. This is 93% lean, 7% fat. So we need a little bit of more healthy fat instead of saturated fat. So we're going to go with some olive oil. Olive oil is basically the same as canola oil. It's just a little healthier and it has a little bit more flavor. It's really not too much difference, but usually vegetable oil is a lot more neutral. So the reason why I use turkey is because I think it turns out a lot better than beef in general. I think it lasts better, I think it tastes better, and I think it's a lot more moist than beef. Beef has 80-20, so that means it's 80% meat and 20% fat. Now there's different types of fats and there's different levels of fats, but we've done literally side-by-side comparisons from beef and turkey, and I literally think that the turkey is a lot more moist. I think that it lasts longer, and I think really the most important part is taste, right? I mean, you're at home. We don't have to make this beautiful. We don't have to make it perfect. Now, the best thing about these turkey tacos is that you can make double this recipe. We usually make 3 pounds of turkey tacos and then save the leftovers for nachos, salads. I even like to put it in some dishes like chilies. Adds a little bit of kick to it. And the best thing about turkey tacos is you can make it your own. You can do whatever you want. I've seen people actually make turkey tacos a little bit on the sweet side with like sweet paprikas and instead of smoked paprikas like I like to use. You can make it extra smoky with different hot sauces. I like to use a little Valentina because it's not really hot as much as flavorful spices. and they actually will reinforce the spices that we have on the table that we're putting into the turkey tacos. Now, usually, a lot of people are really worried about the temperature of turkey and chicken. So the internal temperature has to be 165 or above to be safe. So often people cook it to like 200, 210, which is way too much. And I think a lot of times that affects the flavor, right? It makes it more dry, less fat, less moisture. So here, we're going to be cooking it so thoroughly that we don't have to take a temperature or anything. It's going to be close to boiling, which is 212, but it won't be there for long. It's almost browned up now. So we're going to start adding our seasoning because a lot of people put them at the end, but it doesn't toast the natural oils out and bring out the natural flavors of the actual spices. So now we're almost brown all the way through. You can just see a little bit of pink there. So right now, we're looking good on the oil. You can see a little moisture on the bottom there. So I won't add any more oil, but I will add a little Valentina in the beginning. If you don't like it, it'll cook out a little bit, but if you don't like it, you can obviously take this out. And then now you can see it's starting to boil, which is a slow boil right here. So it's probably about 190 degrees. The meat is not cooked through yet, so do not taste it yet. We're now going to start adding our ingredients here. So we got chili powder, 1 tablespoon, and you can add or subtract anything you want. This is your dish. We're not making this for any James Beard restaurants or anything. Get it mostly stirred in because don't forget we're getting a lot more to add in, so it doesn't have to be thorough. And here's what we got. Cumin, 1 teaspoon of cumin. I personally don't really like to use cumin. A lot of people overuse it, but in turkey tacos, sometimes I think it's a necessity. It adds a little punch and this beautiful aroma. I wish you could smell it already. But as you can see, this is pretty much cooked through all the way. We're getting a slow boil here. It's probably about 190 degrees. The meat is probably about 150 right now, so we're really close. I added all these together. This is the smoked paprika, and remember, I like to use smoked paprika. I like things a little smoky. You can use sweet or regular. Onion powder, garlic powder, dried oregano. All, half a teaspoon? All half a teaspoon. And now you can hear it going now. So now we're real close. All we have to do is add a little bit more. And this one's optional. This cayenne pepper. Now, a lot of people are afraid of cayenne pepper, but really it's not too bad. There are different levels. You can just take this out. You can leave the hot sauce in, take this out, and vice versa. But as you can see now, we're pretty close to cooked. So I'm going to add the last bit in. And we are just about done. I did forget to set a timer, unfortunately, but I'm guessing this is right now, or right around 8 to 10 minutes. And as long as you don't see any dark spots, give it a little shaky shake. You don't see any dry spots where the seasons have clumped up. And I think that's about it. I'm going to kill the heat.
Chef, I love how that looks and smells. If we had smell-o-vision, it would be so awesome. What kind of pan are you using? I'm just curious because it looks like such an easy-to-use pan for tacos or just about anything.
So it's funny you say that. A lot of people are so intimidated by the wok. I actually watched Top Chef, and a couple of them never even worked with it. I prefer it. As you can see, you can turn things. You can have a big area to stir and not spill, which is important to me because I don't want to clean after. Look how clean this is.
I like that. And, we were 7 minutes in now, and we're completely done with browning
Completely
meat
done.
and all of the seasonings. There's no added salt, if you didn't notice that. The little bit of sodium that is in that Valentino seasoning there, but other than that, everything is salt free. So if you're on a low sodium diet or you're trying to cut back on salt in general, there's a lot of flavors in this dish that doesn't use salt at all.
And you can see we're at 171. It's a little higher, but I didn't want to touch the pan, so we're totally safe without even checking. I just wanted to do that as a reference.
All right,
That's
so
it.
now
Now
we're
just
going to run
plating.
over. Now we're going to run over to the prepping area and finish up.
Okay, that was the end of the cook. This is the finished product. And I like to, still steamy, throw it a little bit on some salad for the leftovers. I love taco salad. It's healthy. There's no dressing involved. A little bit of nachos. And I like to use the quinoa, non-GMO and organic tortilla chips. I like the taste of these. They're way better for you. And the trade-off between regular chips is amazing. And here we got our 3 tacos. They're a little small, but they're only 100 calories per 3 shells. So if you have 4 or 5, no one will tell.
I like that because again, if you have diabetes or you have some of these inflammatory types of diseases where you're watching not only your calories but you're also watching your portion sizes. I love the small individuals because you can portion size those out to meet your needs, but the whole family can also use them to meet whatever their needs are. When you use it on a salad, you're able to get a lot more vegetables in there. And again, we're trying to add as many leafy greens and veggies into a salad. You can add all kinds of vegetables into your taco salad because again, the taco meat is bringing in all of the flavors, but you can mix any veggies in there to make it delicious. Is that right, Chef?
Yes. Some people actually like to throw a little bit of mango in there for a little zing, a little difference. And then these are just some salsas, avocado. These tortillas are great. They're small, but I love them. They're almost like street tacos. And then a little dollop of Daisy will do ya. This is light. I really don't see the big difference in the taste. But, sometimes you want to throw a little sour cream on there.
And the avocado, you can either slice it up fresh or you can buy it mixed like that, which is so much easier and quicker. And again, a really good unsaturated, healthy fat that helps cut down on inflammation as well. So everything we're talking about today, the tomatoes, the avocados, the leafy greens, and into the dessert with the cherries, all of these things are great anti-inflammatory foods. Then he mentioned the chia and the quinoa chips, or the multigrains. Those are excellent for good sources of fiber, which again, low sodium in these chips. They're healthier than your typical chips that you find in the store and easy and quick to throw into any recipe.
Yeah, and like I said, doing the prep, this is a kind of a chef cheating way to do it, but you can buy diced onions at the store.
I love that. I even buy the diced frozen onions to put into recipes because my personal preference is to not smell like onions at the end of the
My
meal.
hands smell like onions every day.
Yeah.
So we got that. And then you don't want to have too much tacos because of the dessert we have here. We have IQF dark sweet cherries. I prefer the dark. They're a little bit more sweet, but natural sugars. And then we have the Ready Whip light, 0 sugar, which I just like to eat straight. But anyways, we got the strawberries or the cherries. Look at that. Who wouldn't eat that?
Exactly. Remember, cherries is one of the best anti-inflammatory foods, especially if you can find some of the tart cherries. They tend to do a lot better. The sweet cherries are delicious. You can eat them by themselves. You can, add a little bit of the Ready Whip. Again, just watch your portions. If you're counting carbs for your diabetes or any other thing with managing the carbohydrates that you're intaking with the taco shells, and then you have your cherries. But a perfectly balanced meal with your carbohydrates, your lean protein, your tons of veggies that you can add all you want of those. And I think this looks like a great, quick, easy, healthy meal that anybody can make on a work night, a school night, a ball game night, whatever.
And I did forget, if you're asking and wondering, I did not add salt to any of these because the other spices and with the preparation, some of these don't need salt, right? This is going to have more salt because it's a little salted, right? This is not going to need so much salt because it's on a bed of lettuce. with a little bit of cheese, which will add a little saltiness to it. And this right here, I mean, let's just look at it. It's beautiful. We got 3 toppings, and you can do, like I said, you can do anything you want. You can even throw some mangoes. I mean, blueberries. I mean, a lot of people like the sweet and sour, the hot and spicy, the sweet and spicy. So you can do anything you want. You can play with it any way you want. These are a couple of hot sauce options. Since we are in North Carolina, I cannot help but mention Texas Pete's. Everybody seems to love this around here. I think this is a little hot. Obviously, this says hot, but there's the levels right there. This I prefer over everything. I could put this in drinks. I could put this on food. I could put this on dessert, tell you the truth. All it is spice. It's not hot. Peppers, vinegar, and spices. That's it. I mean, it's
perfect.
Minimal.
Gives you lots
Everything's
of
low
flavor.
sodium, high in flavor.
So that's what we want, low sodium, high flavor. And as you can see, it makes a beautiful plate as well. Now, to wash all of this down, you can, of course, water is always great. You can do a little splash of some veggies in there or fruit, whatever suits your fancy. But ginger tea, green tea are 2 great antioxidant drinks, especially if you don't add sugar, to complement this meal and wash it down.
And amazing for your digestion.
Exactly. And so also, if you would love these recipes that we'll be coming up with that Chef is going to be demonstrating and the one we did today, please feel free to email us at htalivingplus@healthteamadvantage.com. We appreciate you again today coming here, Chef, and for Leah allowing us to use the Creative Aging Network kitchen. And this was another Living Plus moment with HealthTeam Advantage. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.